Welcome back everyone. So far we have learned how to transform and refine data in our data messaging use case. In this final part, we will see how to send email through an AutomationEdge workflow and integrate JavaScript code to make our workflow more powerful. In data messaging use case part 1 and part 2 videos, we have implemented earlier part of this use case. We computed total allowance by reading data from 3 different files, and the final allowance details were stored in XML file. The next step is to send computed output to the HR executive via an email. In this step, the output file generated earlier will be sent as an email attachment. The email will include a short message sharing the allowance details for the previous month in this format, with the month highlighted in the bold. Before we send the email, we will first create the required email body. But how do we make the workflow smart enough to know which month to pick? How to get this previous month? There are multiple approaches to do that. One of the approaches to use JavaScript code. Now you might be wondering, can we integrate codes from other languages in Process Studio workflow? The answer is yes, we can do it. AutomationEdge provides several scripting plugins that let us seamlessly integrate code written in different languages such as VBScript, Python, JavaScript or even Java right inside Process Studio. In our use case, we will use JavaScript to fetch previous month's details for email body. To do this, we will make a use of modified JavaScript plugin. So let's implement it. This is the workflow we created in part 2. Let's add modified JavaScript value plugin. We will connect it to OTF final allowance plugin step, where we are writing all the details in XML file. Let's configure the step, give proper step name, say get previous month. We can write JavaScript code over here. In left pane, we can see various functions like string function, numeric function, date function. If we want to know the syntax or if we want to see the example how to use specific function, we can right click on it and select sample code. For example, we want to use date add function. So we can go to date add function, right click and sample. So here you can see examples are given how to use this particular function. In our use case, the allowance calculation is done for the previous month. So let's fetch previous month and year. So let's write code for the same. First we get the current date using JavaScript date function. So you can see var current date is equal to new date. Var keyword is used to declare the variable. To get previous month date, we will use date add function. Here first parameter is current date, second parameter represent month and third parameter is a number. -1 indicates 1 month back. To get the month in required format, let's convert the date into string. That is done by date to string function. It takes previous month date and it also takes format in which the output should be created. Here M represents short name of month. From this string we can get month and year by splitting the string using slash. So let's use split function. Date in string dot split and in double quote slash. Result of split function is array. We can get month from the array with index 1 and we can get year from the array with index 2. So in this way we have fetched previous month and year. Now let us create email subject. So we have declared a new variable email subject, allowance calculation file for, and we want to add month. So we will use this variable month plus we want some space plus year. Now we want this month, year and email subject to be available for the next step. To make this variable available to the next field, we have to click on get variables. So here we will get all the variables. We will remove others and keep only month, year and email subject. Click on OK to complete the configuration. So in this way we have obtained previous month and year details and also created email subjects using modified JavaScript value plugin. Next is to create email body in specific format. So for this we can use generate template plugin. Generate template plugin step is used to create templates in which you can use existing fields and variables along with HTML tags and hard-coded strings. Let's add the step and configure it. Here we can write template. So hi there, BR represent line break, B is used for making the text bold and I is used for making the text italic. Now in this mail body we want please find allowance details file for, and then here we want month and year which is coming from the previous step. So here we can add month, then we want a space, so let's give one space and then let's add year. So this is our email body. Let's give output field. We can even view the template by clicking on view template button. Give month and year value for testing. These values will be taken at the runtime dynamically. So we can see here the email body is as per the required format. Click on close, click on OK. Now since we are ready with the mail subject and mail body, let us proceed with actual mailing functionality. To send the mail, we can use mail step. Add mail step and configure it. So in this step, first of all we will specify destination address, the address to which mail will be sent. We can specify sender name, specify sender email address. This is the email address from which mail will be sent. Then configure server details. In SMTP server we will use smtp.gmail.com. 465 is the default port. We will check use authentication checkbox. Authentication user is a mail ID from which the mail has to be sent. In password, please note that we are going to use app password. An app password is 16-digit passcode that gives a less secure app or device permission to access Google account. Check use secure authentication. Secure connection type will be SSL. Now let's configure email message. Only send comment in the mail body checkbox should be checked. Here we are using HTML formatting, so check this checkbox of use HTML format in mail body. Specify the subject, so email subject, and comment is nothing but our email body. So in comment, select email body. Let's go to attach files tab. Here we have to specify the file name which we want to attach with the email. So this is going to be the same file which is created as an output file. So let's take a name from that plugin step. So complete path and file name we can take. In attach file we can specify here. We have to specify extension as well. We can also browse the file and select the file here. Click on OK to complete the configuration. Now this mail step will be executed once for every row, so multiple mails will be sent. So if we have list of 25 employees, 25 mails will be sent. But our requirement is to send only one mail once all the data is written into output file. So how can we achieve this? To do this, we can use blocking step. The blocking step blocks all the output until all incoming rows have been processed. So let's add this step. So blocking step. Now where we can add this? We can add this after OTF final allowance. So take the step. Do you want to split this hope? Yes. Let's see the configuration. Pass all rows checkbox should remain unchecked as we want to pass only last row to the next step. Let's save the workflow and execute it. Execution is completed. Let's go and check out if mail is received. You can see a new mail is received. Allowance calculation file for September 25. We can see the mail body and attachment is also present. So attachment is final allowance details.xml. So this concludes the implementation of our use case. In this use case, we explored how to perform various operations such as data lookup, sorting, grouping and merging. We also learned how to read and write data to Excel files, perform data validations and send emails. Additionally, we saw how to integrate JavaScript code within a workflow. This wraps up our end-to-end automation scenario, showing how different activities can come together to build an efficient and intelligent work. Now you have all the skills to combine these techniques and create smart and automated workflows of your own. Keep watching and keep automating.